So Bandai Namco released a new Dragon Ball game a little over 2 months ago, and then decided to switch it up by making it into an asymmetrical format just like Friday the 13th. In this Dragon Ball game, there are a total of 7 survivors and 1 raider. The raider consists of the Dragon Ball Z villains, Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. So let's talk about the survivors. For the survivor, your objective is to either escape via the Super Time Machine or defeat the raider. There's also a third means of surviving, which only happens when the raider is about to win the match. So this isn't technically considered a win, but it isn't a total failure either. As the survivor, you'll go around the map finding civilians and crates. In the crates are special items you can use to escape or help your teammates escape from the raider. From rescuing civilians, you get what is known as power cubes. With these power cubes, you are able to boost your level in order to Dragon Change. When you Dragon Change, you transform into the heroes of Dragon Ball that you unlocked through spirit summoning. There's also one more item you can find around the map, or to be more specific, 7 items. Yes, these are the Dragon Balls, and with these you are able to wish to go past your limits and become a level 4 survivor, but be careful, as the raider can see where you are summoning Shenron from, and they are able to stop you, which they can then wish upon Shenron for themselves. As for the raider, you have one option, and that is to take out the survivors. When you take out the survivors, you gain a portion to level up into your next form. Doesn't matter if you're playing Cell, Frieza, or Majin Buu, you have a different form to go into. You also can take out the civilians, which not only stops the survivors from being able to Dragon Change into higher levels and be able to defeat you, but it also, once again, powers you up. Whenever you go into your next form as the raider, you have the option of destroying a section of the map. When you do this, it makes it smaller, so that way the survivors can't get away so easily, and it also makes it to where they automatically install the key from that area if they even found a key to begin with. When the survivors install all the keys in each area, that's what spawns the Super Time Machine. With the Super Time Machine, that is the easiest way to take out a raider, as they have multiple means of stopping you from being able to destroy the Super Time Machine. And this is one of the gripes that I have with the game. But before we talk about the cons, let's talk about the pros. First off, this is a unique Dragon Ball game unlike any other before it. Similar to Xenoverse, similar to Xenoverse 2, it is just completely unique and fresh, and that is why it is a good experience. And for $20, I could lean more towards the fact that it is most certainly worth the consumer's money. However, here's where the cons kind of come in for the game. Even though it is a asymmetrical game, you would think that the power lies mostly with the raider. That's not really the case. It felt like the last time I played it, it was more centered towards the survivor. And I know that this is going to be a bit outdated in terms of gameplay. However, I'm still sure that it's going to feel like the survivors are more in power. Especially with the matchmaking in the game and how you're almost guaranteed to lose now your first match as Raider, which can be very aggravating, seeing as almost all the survivors are going to be level 70 and up. You are very rarely going to find a survivor that is 20 and below. And because it can be so frustrating to play as the Raider, especially for your first time, that's where the second issue that I have comes in. And that's the fact that you don't get to play as Raider enough. In my opinion, for this kind of game, it definitely feels like they want you to play as the Raider more than the survivor. Or at least that's what it feels like. And that just doesn't happen often enough. For anyone who's just casually playing the game for a couple hours a day, if that, you'll only get to play for 3 matches as the Raider if you're playing 3 hours a day. And that isn't enough, in my opinion. I feel like there should be more, and the perfect way to do that would be just simply making it to where when you complete a match and you don't leave, because people really do like to leave, and a different strategy that people have found out was to rush the Raider and get themselves out of the match as quickly as possible so that way they can play as the Raider. I know I've done this a couple times myself. But if they were to simply just make it to where you get more progress by completing a match and seeing it through to the end, I think that would definitely keep players playing a little bit more often, because then all they would do is just simply make it to where that 1 on the priority queue gets changed to a +2 or a +3 whenever you win a match as the survivor. And here's where the other issue comes in for Survivor, and that is it kind of feels like a pay to win almost. As earlier I mentioned spirit summoning in order to unlock the favorite characters. Well, not only does that unlock your favorite characters, but there's also different banners for the villains, the raiders. You get to play and transform into Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu on the Survivor side. And there are some pretty particularly strong moves that you get from the spirit summoning, as well as different escapes and gadgets that you can get just by throwing money towards the game. It's about like 30 to 40 bucks for a large amount of packages for a good amount of summons, so that way you can get even more of stuff that you should probably already be able to get in game without even having to pay for it. Now, that isn't to say that everything is pay to win for the Survivor. You can play through matches and be able to unlock certain gadgets like the Bulma's bike and other fun little tools to combat the killer and play in every single match. It just really feels like the game was made to get a quick cash grab off of the consumer that likes Dragon Ball. And honestly, while it does suck, I do kind of like the game. I wish it wasn't that way, but even so, it's a pretty fun game. So if you want to spend 20 bucks and not spend any more, I think it's okay. Or if you want to put more money into it because you really like the game and you want to support it, then I also think that is okay. However, it isn't necessarily the game for me, and I feel as if eventually it's probably going to die out. Maybe not anytime soon, but probably after the first DLC, which is Grade 8 Vegeta. So to just kind of reinstate the fact that I've already said, go ahead and pick up the game. It's not a lot of money, and I think it is pretty fun for what it's worth. And you'll probably get quite a bit of time played out of it. There's a lot of different cosmetics that you can get through playing, and even though there's the long time to be able to play as the Raider, you might not find it that much of an issue, and you might actually come to like it. And if you do, that's cool. But anyway, continue to enjoy the rest of the gameplay. That's it for the review.
Here I go!
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Welcome. I'm in danger here, aren't I?
Your allies need some help.
This is gonna hurt.
Found a power key. Go slot it.
I don't wanna die!
Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
Help!
You're in for a rare treat! Not many have had the privilege of seeing this form!
Phew.
Careful now. This won't be like before, and I won't. Careful.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
I don't wanna be in danger here, aren't I?
Power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Someone save me!
You found a power key. Go slot
Are
it.
you here to save me? I'm in danger here, aren't I?
Here comes the pain!
I don't want to die! Phew.
Anyone out there? Anyone out there?
I'm in danger here, aren't I?
Ooh, hungry! Ooh, eat this guy!
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Thanks.
Thanks!
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power.
You're dead!
Can you hear me? It's Trunks.
Kaioken!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thanks. You're a big help!
You found a power key. Go
Where
slide
am
it.
I? Where am I? Thanks.
That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great! You know what to do with that key.
Where is everyone?
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
I'm close!
Cut out!